Welcome to Black Man Lab. We are live here, first week in August, and today we will have a super engaging conversation with our young brothers, asking them what they need from us, um, as elders, if you will, as a community. But we are engaging with them so we can better figure out what the future will look like for them and for those that come after them. A little background on Black Man Lab. Black Man Lab was started some years ago by Brother Mauli Davis, who's on the line. He'll chime in here from time to time. Um, but it was started a few years ago for with some brothers just trying to be able to get their sons some extra information, not just coming from their fathers, but coming from other resources that they knew, other black men that had great information that could help these young brothers, and that's grown to what it is today. Normally, we'd be meeting live and in person, but due to COVID, we are doing this virtually now. Normally, we meet at the Andrew Walter Young YMCA, and we get together in the same space, and we're able to really share information with our young brothers to help them try to matriculate through the future. Um, Today, I will have co facilitating with me my brother Joe Barker. Brother Joe.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me this evening. It's going to be a powerful evening here talking to these young cats, man. I'm really excited about it. Appreciate you having me, Marty.
Absolutely, Joe. Really looking forward to our conversation today. Just some general housekeeping stuff that we do every week. We have some kind of rituals that we go through as Black Man Lab to help us be in a space of intake of information, of love, of knowledge, right? And one of the things that we do is we work hard to get centered and get ourselves in a space where our minds are wide open. With that, um, normally my brother Fred Parham will be here to help us get centered, but he had a previous engagement. He'll try to jump in here a little later. With that, I'm gonna ask Joe. Joe, will you help us to get centered today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, just everybody just kind of take a deep breath here and breathe out. So normally when we're in person, we ask those brothers who's had a hard week, who's had a difficult week, and we just surround them with love and affirmation so that they know that we're in that moment with them and we are there to support them, empower them in a safe and sacred space. Now, what we do here being virtual, we just want everybody to get centered, like Marty said. So whatever your ritual is, whether it is prayer, meditation, working out, what have you, just take a little bit of time now to just let everything kind of roll off your back, be one with the universe and just tune in to what these young brothers are going to be saying, because that's what we need to be here in this moment right now for, to hear from these young brothers what they need for us. So what I want everybody to do is let's just take 3 deep breaths in and out. So breathe in, now breathe out. Breathe in and let it out. And one more time, let's breathe in and let's breathe out. Let's let all those toxins and everything that is bad for us and didn't go well for us, let's let that out. Let's be in the moment with these young men so that they can guide us, so that they can lead this next empowered generation and movement that we're currently in. Thank you, Brother Marty.
All right, man. Thank you, brother Joe. Appreciate that. And that's the truth right there, man. That's what we're really looking for. We want these young brothers, to be in a position to lead us and lead all those that come behind them. With that, one of the things that we always talk about is reaching back to those that got us here, right? We just recently had a bunch of people become ancestors, a bunch of our elders in the civil rights movement become ancestors. John Lewis and a bunch of others that have moved on. So what we always want to do is be real in touch with how we got here. And part of that is us calling on our ancestors. And we normally get kind of pour out libations. That's what we talk about, pouring out libations. And with that, what I want to do is bring in Brother Jared Grant to get us centered around that as well. So, Brother Jared.
All right. Thank you, Brother Marty, and welcome everyone. As Marty said, we love to pay homage to our ancestors. We love to get centered by bringing them in our hearts and minds, to recognize that our ancestors did some great things, and we need to have them in our hearts and minds because they achieved certain things that we also want to achieve because we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. So right now, I would like for us to just take a moment and put in your heart and mind an international ancestor, someone who something great for our people. So just think of someone, it can be beyond the borders of the United States. That's what I mean by international ancestor. So think of somebody who helped us to achieve, and I'm gonna give you about 3 seconds to do that. Bring them on in your heart and mind. And then everybody raise up a fist and say Ashe. 1, 2, 3. Ashe.
Ashe.
Now we want to think of a national ancestor, those ancestors from the borders of which we live right now, and anybody else watching the borders from where you are. Think about an ancestor that did something great, the great achievements that we want to recognize again in our hearts and minds. So think of one of those at this time right now. And everybody raise your fist. 1, 2, 3. Ashe. All right. And then lastly, you have those ancestors who created you, your line, your bloodline of ancestors. Take a moment and think about your own bloodline that created you, and bring them into your hearts and mind at this time. Everybody raise your fist, and on 3, we Ashe 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Oh.
Thank you,
all right.
brothers.
Thank you, Brother Grant. Appreciate that. I feel empowered, man. You guys got me in the space. We're in Black August, and what I want to do with that is, before we get started, I want to bring Brother Molly Davis in so he can touch on that just a little bit, because I think it's very important as we push into this month, the level of in touchness, that if that's a word, we need to have with our Blackness. Brother Molly.
Hey, peace, brothers. Good to see the young brothers on from all over, representing from, I see Chicago in the house, little DC, Atlanta. Good to see everybody. So Black August really was founded within the U.S. penitentiary system by Black revolutionaries. George Jackson, really one of the founders of the Black guerrilla family, became politicized while he was in jail, in prison. He got a sentence in California from 1 year to life. That was how they gave the sentence. He ended up doing 7 years in solitary confinement. And at age 28, he was charged with murder of a prison guard after 3 of the brothers were shot. And so if you ever heard of Soledad Brothers, that was George Jackson and 2 of his other comrades. And so in Black August, we focus on resistance. So we fast, we do additional push-ups, because I know everybody's already doing their push-ups, right? So we do an extra 100. Then we do extra 50 on the crunches, do some extra running, because we're really trying to, in order to change the world, we have to change ourselves. We have to be strong enough as warriors to do that work on behalf of our people. And so Black August is acknowledged all over. You've seen Common do something in Cuba around Black August, Stick from Dead Prez. So artists are participating in Black August, but it's really about lifting up the resistance. So you had the Nat Turner Rebellion in August. You had Marcus Garvey's birthday in August. Yesterday was Brother Chokwe Lumumba, one of our ancestors. His birthday is in August. So August holds this special place. And so it's called Black August. And it's all about resistance. It's all about raising our revolutionary mindsets and thoughts, and participating in struggle. So, encourage brothers. We're going to bring some brothers who have been in this, been in this strong for a long time. Right now, we have people on lockdown who, again, what we say is if they say that, if they're saying now, the NFL is saying that Colin Kaepernick was right, then we've always been right, right? If he was right, then the Black Panther Party was right. And if the Black Panther Party was right, then all of our political prisoners should be free, because all we've ever done was try to fight for our own liberation and ensure that materially our children would not have to deal with some of the things that we've dealt with, but as we see it continue. So that's Black August in a very, very succinct nutshell. And I'm hoping next week we'll have some of the soldiers, people who have had to be in prison as grand jury resistors, who said, I'm not going to cop out against one of my revolutionary comrades, and others who participated in Black August since the mid to early 70s. So with that, hopefully we'll also do some reading and continue to raise our consciousness, because as you can see, the system of white supremacy has to be dismantled in order for us to live and breathe and be as Black people in this country and around the world. So with that, I just say stiff resistance.
I share stiff resistance for sure. And now more than ever is the time for us to have that resistance. So without further ado, first, thanks again, Molly, for that. And we will continue to push that throughout the month of August here at the Black Man Lab. But without further ado, what I want to do is have the young brothers here give a quick introduction of yourself, give your name, where you're in school at right now, what you're doing, and we're going to dig deeper into our questions as we move forward. But if we could start, Brother Cam, can you give a quick introduction of yourself?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Cameron Franklin. I'm a senior at Howard University, music business major. Right now, I'm the interim president for the KIPP Metro Atlanta Alumni Association. So I've been kind of doing a lot of work with that and working with people in my community to kind of make that a new thing and hopefully be great as the Black Man Lab. And I'm just here, just spread my knowledge, spread my energy to all the Black people here.
Man, appreciate you, Cam. And Cam has been a part of the Black Man Lab pretty much from early on. So we appreciate you and love the fact that you're organizing outside of Black Man Lab as well, Cam. So thank you for that. My man from Chicago, Brother Sean Sheldon. You give a quick intro of yourself, Sean.
What's happening, everybody? Sean Shelton. I am going into my senior year as a kinesiology major, business sales minor at Morehouse College. I'm just trying to keep my head above water, make sure the family's straight at all times, man. I'm glad to be here, though. Appreciate the invite.
Sean, you're being humble. We're glad to have you. And Sean, again, has been part of the Black Man Lab. He showed up when he was, here at school. So we love having you, and we know that you're doing great things in Chicago. Who else we got on here? Brother Omari.
How y'all doing? My name is Omari Knox. I go to Cristo Rey Atlanta Jesuit High School. I'm a upcoming senior this year, and I'm really excited to be here.
We're excited to have you, young brother. Thank you so much for joining and sharing what you have. Brother Deidre.
Yeah, I'm a Deidre White. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Right now, I'm a junior at Kennesaw State University, taking up entrepreneurship. So, yeah, that's it.
All right. Appreciate having you, man. Thanks for being on with us. Is Kobe on?
Yes, sir. I'm here. My bad. My camera's messed up right now. I'm trying to get that fixed, but
we can hear you, Cole. Go ahead, nephew.
Now, Kobe Davis, Just graduated from Howard University with a marketing degree, and just enrolled to go to Emory Law School in the fall. So, yep.
Awesome. Thanks for being on again, Cole. Brother Price.
What's going on?
Hey,
Price
buddy.
Watkins, recent college graduate from Howard University. I've been a part of Black Man Lab since I was in high school. You know, I'm an aspiring artist, here to make the world a better place in any way I possibly can. So, absolutely.
Love that, Price. Thanks for being here, brother.
Price, what you just dropped, man? You got to tell everybody about.
Oh man, I recently just dropped a project called Daytime Television. I wasn't trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to overshadow everything going on in the light of everything. But I just dropped a project called Daytime Television last week. It's on all streaming platforms. Basically just widespreading, you know, showcasing the talent that I got, and I'm trying to take it to the next level. So
good stuff, man. Good stuff, Price. We're proud of you, man. And again, you and Kobe have been, probably from day one with Black Man Lab. So good stuff on both of you guys from graduating from HU. For those that don't know, I went to school with both Price's mom and dad at HU. So real proud of these guys, man. So with that, let's get started. Brother Joe, you want to kick it off?
Sure. Let me kick it off. So tonight, what we're going to be really digging deep into is what you all need from the elders, like Brother Marty said. But what I want to start off with is just a little bit more simply on the path that you're on right now. How has the village impacted your path thus far? How have we been there for you or not been there for you? Before we start getting to what's next, what's your path been like so far? Like Marty said, I know my nephew Kobe, I've seen him grow up. I see Cam at Black Man Lab all the time, and Sean, been knowing Omari and Dietrich for several years now. So I know many of you all's past, but talk a little bit, each of you, about how your path has been molded by the village and by your elders thus far.
I guess I can kick it off. So for the most part, every Black man I've ever come in contact with has always helped me be who I am today. In particular, Mr. Davis gave me plenty of connections. He's been in anytime I got in trouble or any of my friends in trouble with the law, he's all been there to give me some advice and with anything I might have. Also, even financially, like sometimes if I know Howard isn't cheap, it's not free. So I know I have Black men in here who help me get scholarships, who's helping me get pushed in the right direction and figure out how can I get this hold of my account and stuff like that. So those are just some of the simple and small things that the Black men have done for me in general on this path.
Oh, thanks, Cam. Thank you.
I could go next. I think my whole life, I really think I've been blessed to be surrounded by the right type of Black men, people that, have the stereotypical outlook on what a Black man is, not present in the house, doesn't provide for his family or whatnot. I was blessed enough to not have those same circumstances. Recently, one of my biggest male role models, which was my grandfather, actually passed. But I took it at first. It was kind of like something that hurt me. But I took it as, okay, I saw the type of person he was. I saw the type of impact that he left on the people that were close to him and those who weren't close to him. And I told myself that just by him setting that example, that has impacted me to be, the best man I could be for other people. And I feel as though there are a lot of other Black men, including the people that are on this call right now, that have provided for me in ways that, you can't always show all your appreciation for. But I feel as though Black men have molded me into the Black man that I am today. And I am forever grateful. Sure.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, Sean. Hey, if I can jump in real quick, Joe, I think that you say show your appreciation, Sean. All you gotta do for us is keep pushing, right, and lead. We're happy. Go ahead, Joe.
Omar, were you about to chime in there, young brother?
Oh yeah. I was gonna go ahead and answer the question real quick, but I would say for the black men that have been in my life, they typically gave me kind of like model figures to look up as, and always build relationships with me, and they gave me model men to like become one day, and they always help me. When I tell them my dreams or anything I want to accomplish, there's always motivation, push me that extra mile, even when 1,000 people telling me I can't do something. I always could look to my black men and my black brothers, and they'll always give me that extra push that I need. So where those 1,000 people, it don't even faze me, So that's what I can say for sure.
Awesome, Omar. Keep that strength up, brother. You need it as a black man, so keep it up, brother.
Yeah, for me, it's basically like successful black men that I have met like in my path, basically like them making them like they hold accountable, like they make me hold accountability for my actions now. Feel me? So I guess that made me strive. That made me not want to disappoint them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I strive.
So Dietrich, I want to unpack that a little bit more with you, but I want to hear from Price and Kobe first.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like black men definitely have been a role model in my life, and just making the pathways seem achievable and possible in ways that people never thought was possible in the past. I feel like every generation it's a step towards greatness, and basically, yeah. So that's, yeah.
Thank you, Price. Appreciate you, brother.
I just appreciate everything that you guys have said in terms of like you guys have poured a lot into each one of us, and just like emphasize the importance of being able to come back and think about and passing that information down to the next generation. So I think that's the most important thing, is just, taking what y'all have been able to tell us, and y'all emphasize, like, make sure we pass it down to those younger than us who aren't listening, or just the harder to reach people. So that's something I just always appreciated from you guys and have learned a lot from.
Thank you, Kobe. Thank you. It's amazing how each of you guys kind of have different but very similar perspectives in terms of how the village and how the elders have supported what we've done. I want to unpack that a little bit, and here's why. We have a lot of moms. We have a lot of dads. We have a lot of young men that are listening to this live session, and they want to hear. They want to hear, okay, that sounded good, but what does that mean? For instance, I heard Cam say, hey, I need help with tuition, such and such and such and such. I mean, that's real. That's some tangible stuff. I want these folks to hear a little bit more about how the village is supporting them, or how we're not, and what you all need. So Dietrich, I want you to kind of tell me your story a little bit, and then others, as you feel moved, let's hear a little bit about that.
All right, so basically I grew up in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess you could say like it kind of wild, you know what I'm saying? I grew up as like a wild child, but my dad always tried to keep me in some kind of sports, you feel me? So I for the most part of my life, sports, you know what I'm saying, that took my mind off like being out all night, you know what I'm saying, like with my homies and junk like that. But at some point in time, that junk got old, you know what I'm saying? Like, got old, so I was looking for other ways, you know what I'm saying? Cause the money not coming quick. I ain't finna sign no deal, no NFL right now. I need some money. I'm young. I'm out here. I need to go get some. Feel me? So that's how I guess I hopped out the porch or whatnot. But during that time though, my dad, he had went away for a little while, you know what I'm saying? And I was just spazzing out. So when I was spazzing out, when he came home, I ended up catching a charge, which really hurt him the most, because, you know what I'm saying, like, he just coming home. He ain't never seen me play no football game in my life before, you know what I'm saying? So that really hurt me too. So I ended up graduating early, you know what I'm saying, from high school, and like a semester early in high school from Mayes High School. So, you know what I'm saying, try to put that on a smile for their face. And then I furthered my education at Reinhardt University. But at Reinhardt University, I ended up walking on to the football team and was, offered a spot, but that didn't work out because of money issues. So that's where I'm at right now with Kennesaw State University doing entrepreneurship, trying to take up that or whatever. And right now, I recently just started my own lawn care service with the help of a lot of support from different Black men, and not all Black men, because help comes in different ways, in different colors. But I want to it just been stuff been going good. And usually right now this time, really I don't even right now I'll be in jail around this time, so this my first summer out, my third summer, my first summer out. So back in 2017 I was facing an armed robbery charge that involved me facing 25 years. So I ended up working a sentence out where I just go to school because they seen that I was wanted to go to school. So I ended up going to school in the fall, and then in the summertime I just go turn myself in. So I because of this corona stuff, it just been wicked. So I just took advantage, and at first it's hard asking people because
right.
I never asked anybody for nothing, because as a male figure, you just want to go out there and go get it yourself. You feel me? You don't want no help from nobody. And
Let me stop you right there, Dietrich. Let me stop you right there, because that's one of the things I want to touch on. And I heard, like I said, Cam mentioned it. We as a culture of Black men, we have a stigma that we're scared to ask for help. And I can tell you right now, whether it was Marty, Maoli, or Jared or Mark, I done asked each of them brothers for help in their own way. So all of y'all kind of chime in. When did you reach out and say, hey, I need some help. This is what I need. And what did that look like, guys?
Cam, jump in there, bro.
I guess I can speak on some of my instances. Let's see. Financially, let's say, okay, so at Howard, each semester, somehow, some way, I end up owning some type of money, right? Whether it be because I had an extra class, whether it be because I forgot to do my financial aid or something like that. So I'm always the one who's trying to reach out to everybody. I'm not one of the people who are scared or afraid to ask help. I email everybody I might know from my alumni association to Mr. Davis first, because he always knows one person who might can help me. That's kind of his thing. So I mean, that's kind of it's very important, especially someone like me who's with school. It's not easy. Being able to go to a 4-year college or 2-year college, it's not free, and their problems always come up. Even some other problems that could come up, you can only imagine what might come up. But that's one of the ones that's always kind of struck a chord with me with the financial part, and being able to reach out to Black men anytime I need something to support me, whether it's buying groceries, whether it's paying for my bill, whether it's just me just need an Uber somewhere. That's not something hard for us to do. So that's the biggest for me.
Appreciate that, Cam. That's exactly kind of what we want to know. Dietrich, go ahead and finish up what you were saying. Is I know you recently reached out to some brothers. Tell us what that looked like and what that did for you.
Yeah, like I was saying, I used to be scared to ask, but it was getting time to a point where things were getting hard, because I've been trying to cut grass for a long time, but never really thought to make it go serious, but with the support financially and with the support, them trying to put my face out there, it made me want to strive to put it out there even more. And the way they helped me financially was, one day I was just on a call. If y'all not familiar with Next Level Boys Academy, Mr. Davis, I was just on a call one day, and Mr. Davis, he popped the question, how was my lawn care service doing? Because I was, I just wanted to focus on that this summer while I was out. And a Home Depot was on the call, and he was just he gonna give me all my stuff. And I was just so shocked. I was just so shocked. And really, I thought he was playing, but until the day came and, you know what I'm saying, he gave me all my equipment, and it been going good ever since. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
I actually want to piggyback off of Dedrick, and because now that I think about it, I don't know how I forgot about this. My little brother was actually facing an armed robbery charge too. He was facing 25 years, armed robbery and Linus and stuff like that. And the first person I called was Mr. Davis, and he actually came to that morning to the trial. Even though we had a lawyer already, I mean, it was a white man, whatever. But he came in, and when Ms. Davis walked, it was so funny because when Ms. Davis walked in the courtroom, the judge was kind of confused on why he was there. And he came in as a character witness and everything to support my brother. And I guess the judge was kind of shocked to see him there. And I was shocked too, because right before my brother got out, right before my brother got his sentence, a dude came in and said, begging the judge, like, hey, I already served 4 years. I can't do 3 more. And she literally sent them right back and said, no, you're going to complete your sentence. And right after that, my brother, who was facing 25 years, almost to life, and she was like, you know, we're going to let you be able to come out, join the Next Level Boys Academy, join the Black Man Lab and stuff like that. And now, you know what I'm saying, hopefully his trial should be coming up soon. He's going to bring his case out. And that's a direct thing with a black man helping younger black men to try to keep him out of the jail system. And a lot of people, and I'm very fortunate to even have Ms. Davis in my circle, because some black men don't have that. They don't have that one phone call or that favor they can call somebody and say, hey, I really need this help. I need this solid, you know? So I think that's the one important thing I can say right now that everybody should hear.
And Cam, that's a critical piece right there, man. I want to say this, Cam. When his court case comes up, with your permission, I would like for Attorney Davis, let the brotherhood know, because we would love to be there in support of him for that court case. We did it for Dietrich. We'll do it for your brother, man. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. So with your permission, I would love for y'all to share that information.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's what we did the first time.
And Cam, send Josh this link. Get him on right now, man.
He might be in the other.
Yeah, go grab Josh, man, because Josh, he reaches out. And I think, Joe, what you raised, man, about these young brothers reaching out. Josh is a young brother who acknowledges he needs some support and he reaches out. And I think that's a powerful testament to the need for humility, that we all have to have in order to move where we're trying to go. We got to be able to rely on other people.
Absolutely.
And I think Molly, I think that one of the things that's key is that you'll never know the resources that are available to you until you actually raise your hand, right? And Cam, you did a great job, with your brother. You reached out to, Molly, and immediately there was some results out of that. And the real truth of it is that if we don't lean into, guys like Molly, guys like all the guys in Black Man Lab, then we're probably selling ourselves short on, what could be something great for our own futures as young men. So thanks so much for that. One thing I want to do before we keep moving, and Joe, I'm going to hand it back to you in a second, but before we keep moving, I want Kahari is on the line, Kahari Davis, and I just want Kahari to jump in and introduce himself too, because we want you involved in the conversation as well, Kahari. So my nephew, Kahari Davis.
What's up, Uncle Marty?
What's up, buddy?
What's up? My name is Kahari Davis. I'm a film major at Howard right now. I'm a rising junior. And we've been doing this Black Man Lab, like Let Us Make Man. It's all just been a path, really. Like, I've been involved in Let Us Make Man since I was a kid. And just to see how Black Man Lab has taken off has just been a real grateful thing to watch. Just to see how Black men can impact, different young Black men. So it's just good to watch what's going on, and like for folks to really have a platform, because it's like it's not really like this going on in the city. Like, so yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna keep going.
Appreciate you, Kahari. We're gonna hand it back over to Josh. Go ahead, Molly.
Marty, Josh is on. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bro?
There he is.
What's going on?
You been making some music?
Huh?
You been making some music?
Nah, I ain't really been doing nothing but quarantining, chilling.
Well, as long as you staying safe, bro, that's the key.
Indeed.
Go ahead, Joe. It's all yours, brother.
So I know everybody's path is a little different, man, and how you may have reached out. Everybody may not have reached out to have an attorney show up for them or have them help start an entrepreneurial business. But Omari and Price, I want to hear from you guys. When is it that you've reached out and brothers were there? Like how have we been there for you before we get into what we need to do?
You go.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You got it.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like I never really had the issue of not being able to reach out as for help. I feel like just growing up in my household, how it is. It was just I always like I was growing up with two older brothers and two older sisters, and I had a single mom. So we always needed help when you have a single mom, and then what is that, 5 other children in the house. And then even when my sisters graduated and left, it was still I had 2 older brothers. So reaching out for help was never really a issue to me because I always know my mom needed help. So then that means I see her asking for help. So I mean that just kind of just like trickled down on me. And even for with my brother, I'm always helping them since then and now. They ask me for help, so I even help out my friends, either if it's giving a ride or if it's, giving them $1 or $2 when we go to the food court after school or something like that. I always help them out. So yeah, I never really had that issue of asking for help.
Awesome. I love the humility and at the same time the strength, Omari. Good job.
Shit.
Just to piggyback off of what Omari was saying, for me, I feel like reaching out was never an issue, but I always did want to lead by example. I feel like in this society, like as Black men, it's a lot of pressure on us being successful because there's a lot of people who don't have the same resources that other people in other communities may have. But I definitely have had, been blessed with having good mentors in my circle, people like Mr. Davis or my father who put their foot in front of me and just led by example and just gave me, something good to follow by. So yeah.
So the powerful thing that each of y'all said and what's so cool is, I don't know, Marty, Molly, maybe it was our generation that there were so many that might have been reluctant to reach out and ask for help. Because what I hear from these young brothers is they're reaching out when they need it. They're asking, they're empowered and they're strong. And that's what the brothers and the mothers and the fathers that are watching this need to hear, man. They need to hear that, they're not in this alone. They got their compadres, you brothers out there doing the same thing. Sean, we hadn't heard from you, man. I see you just got back for a second. Anything you want to say about, how you've reached out?
Well, first of all, let me apologize. I have a relatively new puppy, so he's a lot of work. I will tell anybody that's listening, if you want a puppy, just know it's a commitment and it's a lot of work and it's not for the weak. So from there, I'll say on multiple occasions, there have been times where I've reached out to Black men for help, whether that be for recommendations, advice, financial aid, everything. And for the most part, what I love about the people that I have been able to come in contact with, such as Brother Maui Davis, whenever it was time for me to reach out or whenever it was time, whenever I needed something, it was always either they were going to make sure that they did it for me or they were going to make sure that they linked me with the right person. And I think that that's big because there are a lot of people out here that don't necessarily know what they're doing, don't necessarily know how to go about doing things, and they can't man up and say, I don't quite know, but I know who does. And I think that's big because not everybody is capable of doing everything. So everybody that has helped me and has steered me in the right direction. I actually reached out to a mentor when I was in high school, reached out to a mentor about getting scholarship dollars for Morehouse. And he told me, he said, look, brother, I got nothing for you, but I know who you could talk to. And then from there, that was the type of connection that we had. He was always available, always saying, This who you talk to. I'll plug you in with this. Just like Uncle Marty does, just like Uncle Maui does, like everybody that has supported me like all throughout college. Every time that it was time for me to reach out for help or even just ask like regular questions. I think I always got the right support and the right answers from everybody. And I think to my young black men out there who are listening, when you have a relationship with somebody, you got to make sure that it's two-sided. So my mentor used to always tell me, relationships are two-way streets. In other words, you have to be able, if they say they need something from you, you need to be able to put yourself in a position to do for them before you can ask anything of anyone else. And I think it's the mutuality of that relationship that goes into sustainability for the relationships. Though the relationship that lasts a lifetime, majority of the time are equal relationships, meaning that you give and you receive just as much, equally on both sides. So I think you just got to keep those who are willing to help close. And I just feel as though it'll benefit everybody in the long run.
Man, you dropped a lot right there, young Sean, man. That's wise words from a young brother, man, and it's so true though. I think that a big part of what we have to do in growing is maintain these relationships, right? So that means that the laws of reciprocity stand true in relationships, right? When you do right and you do for others, it finds its way back for you, right? We see these all you brothers that are on here right now. We want nothing more than greatness for you guys, right? So it's easy for us to say, we're past the midway point in our lives, so we got nothing else to do other than throw whatever we can to you in terms of our knowledge, in terms of support, our experiences, good and bad. So you might know what not to do, because a few of us have done some things probably in our past. So maybe one or two of us that we aren't necessarily proud of, but we learned from them, right? We wouldn't be where we're at today if we did. So great words, Sean, and those are words for everybody, man. Remember the laws of reciprocity. Whatever you do, know that it can come back to you. Miley, you want to jump in?
And I just wanted to say, you brothers, man, the beauty of watching all of you all is what I saw in Gary Davis, right? So Gary Davis, I remember when Gary was just talking about the work that he was doing with Next Level Boys Academy. And the brother had a vision and a passion. He walked away from a corporate job to start this Next Level Boys Academy. And all it's done is grow and blossom because he's put his heart into it and he sows into young brothers. And so I just want you all to understand that you have a vision that God has put in you, the creator, Oladamari, what Allah, whatever you call God, if it's in you, you got to go. You got to move on it. You got to believe, right? Because I'm sure, just like with Black Man Lab, people thought we were crazy. We're going to do this every single Monday. Every Monday, not like once a month, but every Monday. Gary said he's going to do it every Saturday morning, early in the morning. But the need is there. And so, again, man, I just looking forward to you all, man. You got to chase your dreams. You got to go hard and you have to be disciplined in what you do. And so just seeing you all, hearing from y'all, it's encouraging and inspiring me to tighten up my game and to do more and to reach out more. And we want to fill this screen up. Next week when we do Black August, we want y'all to learn about resistance and struggle and how serious this has been and the lives that folks have had to lead. We want y'all to fill this up with young brothers. Every brother here, y'all know 10 other brothers that would value this experience, but you got to reach to them. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to share that. because it was on me, man. Because I just look at Gary Davis and Joe. By the way, you know he is a part of the greatest fraternity, you know, on planet Earth. Good brothers, you know. So I just want to just share that, man, because I just want y'all to know that it may not be easy. Now Jared has popped up.
You saw Jared pop on as soon as you said that.
Exactly. I was looking for him. I was
I don't
looking
say anything about Kappa. Here come the alphas. Here they come.
Amari, you already know what's up. You already know what's up, Amari. I got you, son.
We all in this together. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it, man. We joke, laugh, but we're in it together. So I just wanted to ask one quick question, if I could,
please,
to the young brothers, man. A brother, if you could talk to a young brother that say is 4 years younger than you. Some of y'all about to graduate from college. Some of you just graduated. You're about to graduate from high school. If you could talk to that freshman, either in high school or college, what would you all tell them so that they could have a different path? I won't say better, because our path is our path, but a different path. I just wanted to hear you all speak to some of these young brothers that, you know, because we're recording this, we're going to play it. We just want the world to hear you all's voices more clearly. And then I'll be quiet.
I'll say that somebody that probably like 16 years old, you said 4 years younger than me, I'd say tell them, like, you know what I'm saying, swallow your pride, you know what I'm saying, and try to go get help, because closed mouths don't get fed, like they say, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't talk, you ain't gonna get what you want, you feel me? So that's what I basically say. Just swallow your pride and stay out the way, lay low until you come up. That's my mentality, that's my motto.
I think one of the biggest things I want people to know is emotional intelligence and be able to, and having relationships with people. So like even your friendly relationships, you know what I'm saying, like relationships with your girlfriend or boyfriend, X, Y, and Z, like understanding that everyone you meet, that's a relationship. So the way you engage with them, the way you all speak to each other, the way you treat people, that's something that should follow you for the rest of your life. You never know when you might come into a situation where people feel like you might be disrespected in the wrong way, or you know what I'm saying, or the way you don't want to ever rub wrong trust with people. That's something I kind of live by. I never burn bridges. I try to build them. And hopefully that bridge is strong, because one day you're going to come across that bridge again, whether that could be from anybody. So that's from 4 years back to 10 years back. Keep your relationship strong with everybody you meet, especially with females, especially with relationships like that. So, yeah.
Definitely. For me, I would say find your passion. Make sure you are maintaining those relationships. Follow your intuition. Be humble, be genuine. Make sure you talking to elders, getting the right help. And those are, the key things I think that can put you on the right path to being successful in whatever you want to do in life. Even though I'm still on my way as well, but for sure.
I would say to a freshman, most definitely to, like what Price was saying about finding your path and your passion and all that. As soon as you find your passion, you got to go 110% into whatever it is that you want to do in life. And because there's going to be so many people that tell you that you can't do it, won't do it, and all this other stuff. And then it's like, that should give you every reason to do it and accomplish it. Not for them, not to just prove them wrong, but do it for yourself. Show how strong you are as a person, And yeah, that's what I'll definitely say.
Hey, two things that I kind of wish that I instilled in myself earlier. So 4 years earlier. Two things would be keep going, because there'll be a lot of times where you're faced with obstacles, faced with tribulations, trials, and there might be times where you want to give up because you just question whether or not what you're trying to accomplish is worth it, questioning whether or not you have what it takes to do it. One thing that I've learned is anything that you put your mind to, you could do. So just keep going. Never settle, never stop. But also, Bible scripture that I live by is James chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourself before the Lord and he will lift you up. I think humility is a virtue that all men, regardless of color, should possess, because when you lived a blessed life, when you could have been somewhere but you're not, when you could have been, wrong place, wrong time, or when you're blessed with, whether that be family, material things, whatever, all that could be gone with a snap of a finger. One bad decision can take all of that from you. So I'll just say, stay humble, don't get too big headed, because there are a lot of people that wish they were in your position. Things could be a lot worse. And even though things could possibly be better, just be grateful that you were blessed enough to live the life that you live, and remain humble at all times.
Well said. Well said, Sean. Well said. Kahari and Kobe still on. You guys wanna offer anything on that?
Yeah. Kind of really just kind of like Sean and what Price said. I would tell someone just, find your passion, find what you like to do, and like what you love to do, really, and just work at it. Like, whether it be just putting a little time into it or just keep working at it, because at the end of the day, like, if you're focused on your craft or what you really love, like, you're not gonna get too distracted or go into other avenues that won't be productive and beneficial to your life. So I just say, like, yeah, find what you love, stick to it, stay in school, like, yeah, and just keep going. But yeah.
And definitely, everyone's made some good points already, so I don't want to repeat anything. Just find a good group of friends too, just people who are like-minded as you or have similar goals and beliefs, because your friend group is going to be important just in making sure you stay on track, and they'll hold you accountable when they need to. And so whenever you're in a good situation, all y'all will grow from it. So hopefully that's probably the most important thing. Just make sure you find a good group of like-minded people too to embark on anything you're going on, whether that's another school or that's another job. Just lock in with those people who have the same goals as you, and then, you know what I'm saying, y'all stick together and go from there.
Powerful.
Yes, sir. And all of you guys said some similar things. One of the things that I think is really important to expound upon is, you talk about following your dreams. I'm saying this now because, if I look back on 20-year-old me, I would, tell myself to do things a whole bunch differently. One of which is absolutely follow your dreams at that time, because as you get older, right? As you get older, you start getting into your professional life. Um, you look up and you're not doing what you were built to do, or what God put in you, then you have all these regrets, right? But you all's age, where you're at right now, there's nothing to hold you back, right? Even if it's something where you look at financially, I can't do whatever it is, or there's a school that I want to go to, but I can't see myself getting there. If that's what you want to do, there's resources for you to get there, right? There's resources. There's people like, the gentleman on this call, all of us old heads, as I hate calling myself now, but I guess I am. But all of us are willing. When you have guys that are willing to help, you got to reach out. You gotta keep pushing for whatever that is, because that's ultimately what's going to make you successful. Miley talked about Brother Gary Davis leaving corporate America to go to what was his dream, and now he's doing something that's making him supremely happy. He's wildly successful with it. That only happens when you actually find your dream, right? When you're actually pushing towards your dream. So you guys are at an age right now where there should be nothing to keep you from pushing towards your dream. So keep doing that. What I want to touch on here is that we haven't delved deep into it, but the actual topic today was, what do you guys want from us, right? So when I say us, I'm talking about the gentleman on this call, but more importantly, the community. What would you like to see that's going to, one, help you to get to your greatness, but then also help you to be significant in our communities, and not just our communities, but the world. So I'm going to pose that first to you, Cam.
And let me add this, Cam, before you start, let me add this. We've said a lot of really great things on here, but here is the strength of the conversation, what Brother Marty just asked. I need you guys to be critical, man. There are brothers that are watching this that might want to speak up, but might be scared, might be like, nah, they my elders. I don't want to ask that. This is what this is for. So I need you all to be critical and let us know, what is it that we're not doing? What is it we're not providing? What is it we're not sacrificing? So I need each of you all to weigh in on this in a very critical fashion.
So I have, I guess, two. One would be, I need more Black men to elevate Black men to higher spaces and give them platforms. I've kind of always network is kind of one of my biggest things. So I've met a couple of Black men who are in high spaces, presidents of organizations and X, Y, and Z, but will be hesitant to pick a brother up and try to move him in the right direction. There's been several times where I've had, and this, I wouldn't say this for the Black Man Lab, because Black Man Lab has been a great vehicle to build my platform and everybody's platform when it's called. But when I'm in DC, and I mean, like, let's say the president of Grammy U, Black man, and I'm trying to spit my whole resume to him, my whole thing, and it was like, okay, I hear you, but I can't do that. I'm saying, like, he was listening, but he really wasn't listening. He wouldn't give you a nugget. So I feel like for everybody that's on the call and everybody that's trying to get in these high spaces one day, being able to don't forget to reach back, like Sankofa, go back and pull with you. You know what I mean? I think that's very important, because there's a lot of Black men in high spaces that's really not trying to support Black men. That's one. Two, I think we need to be able to teach empathy. I think a lot of times we can tell a Black man to be strong. We can tell a Black man to be powerful, strong as gun, but we don't teach empathy enough and be able to understand situations and understand everybody's viewpoint. A lot of times, and that's kind of how we kind of get jammed up. Sometimes we don't know, we can't tell how somebody feels, and so now we might respond in a different way. So I think a lot of Black men should do more is teaching how to respond to certain things and to understand everybody's point of view. We're not one-dimensional beings. Like, especially Black men, we're multifaceted. So we need to make sure we know that, like, the way I might talk to Mr. White is not the same way I might talk to Price or Mr. Knox. You know what I'm saying? It's all different, right? And so you got to be able, everybody has a different story, and everybody has to recognize their privilege. So I think all Black men should be able to recognize that, and when it comes to certain conversations and how they respond to Black men, and even people outside of Black men, white people, women, whatever case may be. So that's a very important thing that Black men, older Black men, have to do, is for us to reach back. One, two, the empathy piece. So that's what I got on that one.
That's powerful, Cam. That's powerful, bro.
I think to piggyback off what Cam said was great. His second point, I think what I would want more from Black men is twofold. I think my first thing would be, like Cam said, listen. And I'm not just saying, like, when your kid is talking to you, when your mentee is talking to you, just listen to what they're saying. But if they're saying that they have a problem, if they're saying that they're dealing with mental issues, if they're saying that they're dealing with hardships at home or whatnot, don't shrug it off. Because if they feel comfortable enough to come to you with this information, then that means they feel comfortable and confident with you being the person that they come to, saying that this guy can help me make a change in what I'm going through. So I think that's the first thing. Just pay attention to very sensitive subjects, because people can be going through things and you won't even know it because you're not paying attention to the signs. But in addition to that, I would say the biggest thing that plagues the Black community as a whole is really support. If you have a young Black brother that's making music, make clothes, landscaping service, where's my guy at? Landscaping service, like, support them, because I know for a fact that if I come out with a clothing line and my dad's homie's not messing with it, I'm gonna feel some type of way, because from there I feel like I don't have the support of the closest people to me in terms of Black male role models. So I think support, whether that means pushing your mentee's song or just telling your boys about this what this new project that one of your son's friends is working on. I think it's all about just being able to support and just being there to also motivate those young Black men to keep doing what they're doing, because without that, then some might feel as though they don't have the support of those that mean the most to them.
Awesome.
I can say, I can say, Mr. Sheldon over there, he really hit every angle possible. He really narrowed that one for me. But to give something that tailors more to my life right now would be, I could feel like I need more help on knowing how to be a man. If that makes sense. Like I said recently, you know, I'm growing up with a single mom and all that. So she can teach me how to cut grass. She can teach me how to change the oil. She can tell me not to walk into a store with my hands in my pocket or a hood on my head or something like that. But that's still not teaching me how to be a man overall. Even for the future, when I start getting into like marriages and getting into like having kids, like, I don't know like what to do. So I feel I need to actually like know how to, you know, be a man, learn how to be a man. It's so much that, you know, my mom can do on her own and all that. But, you know, I just need that core piece from a man on how to be a man, being a Black man at that in America. How y'all go about your day, how y'all live, and stuff like that.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you for that transparency, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much, Omar. That's important, brother. Yeah.
Who else we got on here? Kahari?
Yeah. The question you were saying, like, what can we ask more out of Black Man Lab, or
just Black men in general, your community? What do you need? What's gonna help you further?
well, Black Man Lab is, I mean, it's really, I can't even say nothing that was like I can ask for more of y'all. Like, should we meet every Monday with professionals that are giving advice? So like, I can't really say as much more, but I say for Black men in general, it's like speaking like towards really the future. I feel like everyone in here is focused, and I feel like everyone here is gonna get to the bag. We're gonna get rich. So I just feel like it's really important just to give back our money, like what Cam was saying, but like give back our money to like community so we can just rely on ourselves. We don't have to ask like white people for nothing. So just like I just say, just know for Black men to know the importance of like having our own grocery stores. Like we pay white people to eat food. Like everything's owned grocery store owned by white people. So like we can put our money together and buy a chain of grocery stores. Like just knowing like just cooperative economics and like what's really the bigger picture. Like understanding really the bigger picture, and just so we can have our own and have to ask white people for nothing. So I feel like that's just something that it's always like the end goal for me. Like when I get up, that's going to be the end goal for me. And I ask for like everyone just to be thinking like that.
The stuff, Ari, and that's, you know, the ideal thing is for us not to have the need to depend on anybody, right? And I think that, and I'll deviate here a little bit. One of the things that I want you all to keep on the forefront of your mind is just that you are capable, right? You are capable. You all are more than equipped, and I'll go even further, better equipped to create, innovate, and make spaces for us as Black people that are safe and sacred and profitable. At the end of the day, we have the ability to create our own. We just have to have that mindset that you talked about right there, Kari, that we can get there. Kobe, how about you? Anything?
I would probably just say like more deep. I mean, really just I think we should just keep pushing Black Man Lab as much as possible. Like there isn't much else that, I don't know if we can ask for stuff. It's just like we got to make it happen at this point. And like, obviously, like we can keep trying to recruit more Black men and educate more Black men just in terms of like what we can do to be better as a people. I think that's what we can focus on, and just, I mean, yeah, I think we just have to try to put all our energy into Black Man Lab for real, because we had a platform. We know what it takes. We have the network and stuff, and like I feel like we have something good right here. So all we can ask of each other is just to keep pushing it as much as possible. Make sure we're spreading the word. And like obviously you guys, like, y'all can ask us stuff about like, you know, different topics. I feel like we could have better communication or like better ways of figuring out, all right, this is the dialogue for this week. Or I think this is like what I see on social media. I've been seeing a lot of people addressing this or feel some type of way about this. Let's see what, like, how we can bring Black Man Lab into it, or, you know what I'm saying, have that discussion in Black Man Lab. So I just think that's the type of, if anything, that's probably what I ask a Black Man Lab more, is just like making sure we just make communication as easy as possible between the older fellas and the young people who still want to, you know what I'm saying, learn from Black Man Lab and get involved. So the easier that is, the better the dialogue and the better everything will be. So that's about it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We are pushing up against the clock here, brothers. I did not realize that. Molly, you want to jump in?
I wanted, you know, all of the brothers who have their own businesses, I want you to put your hand up just so we can see y'all. All right. And so I want y'all to real quick go and say what your business is and how people can reach you. Because there are people watching, there are people that'll watch later. And I think it's just important that they know how to get you at IG. If they want to book your lawn service, just tell them real quickly how to do that. Because, and and I know Sean, you know, you're looking for some work opportunities, just like literally what you need, what support you need, like today. We want y'all to say that so that, because the power is called NOMO, the power of the word. Once you put it out in all of our traditions, once it goes out, it will not come back void. It will return with what it is that you called out for. So, Sean, why don't you start, man? What are you looking for? What do you need in terms of your support, immediate future support?
I think right now, I actually have I was blessed enough to actually I actually have a job right now, great, working with my mom's company. So I'm actually good on the job opportunities, but I'm always looking. Because I am trying to go in the sports marketing field specifically. Anybody that can help with sports marketing, whether that just be, it don't even have to be an internship. It doesn't have to be a job offer. Whether you could just give me guidance, give me some, you know, just some pointers. Just let me know what I can do to maybe improve my resume, improve my knowledge to be better fit to be in that field. That would be great. But really the main thing that I would ask anybody right now is just for prayer. Just for prayer, because there's a lot that's going on in the world. And when I say prayer, that don't mean just pray for me. I mean, pray for yourself, pray for your family, pray for everybody, because it's a crazy world we live in. And I just want everybody to remain safe and just everybody stay sturdy. That's all I can ask for.
And Sean, Travis Williams, one of our big supporters of Black Man Lab, just responded on Facebook and said, have him hit me up. And Travis has coached at Tennessee State. He's coached at Fort Valley State, at Georgia State. So he's in the sports space right now. He was getting ready to do the first HBCU All-Star game when the Final Four was canceled here in Atlanta over at Morehouse. So just like that, bro, you got him and Courtney, and he put his telephone number out here on Facebook. His wife don't, go crazy.
I can't. Okay, beautiful. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and Sean, as it relates to sales and marketing, I've almost 35 years in sales and marketing leadership. Anything you need on that, man, just reach out. I got you.
Appreciate you.
Camo.
Well, I can say what I'm working on right now. I just had a full-time position to be the president of the KIP Alumni Association. So I've been building a budget, 18-month strategic plan for them. And right now I'm struggling with funding. So I'm trying to figure out who should I talk to kind of start the first initial, investment into the program. And I also need just community, more community partners. So especially like right now, we have about 2,000 alumni we're servicing right now. So I'm trying to be able to be a vehicle and a space for them to just come in and say, hey, here's job opportunities here. Here's an education opportunity. So I have to be one of those for all my KIP alumni that's in Atlanta. So I can keep it simple. I just need community outreach leaders, anybody that's in certain spaces that can help young people across Atlanta. I need that. And I also need just investors and people that can help me fundraise, teach me how to fundraise for this organization. And I can just go from there.
Camo, one of my frat brothers, Kirk Brown, he just got promoted to Chief Development Officer over at the Ron Clark Academy. This is a brother who's got Oprah down there and raised millions, and a solid down-to-earth brother. I'm going to connect the two of you all, okay? So I don't have your information, but I know Molly does. So I will get your information, and I will connect you with Kirk Brown, okay?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you.
Omari, how about you, brother?
Yeah, go ahead, Omari.
Oh, I mean, I don't have any, business. Like I don't have a business or any entrepreneurship, anything I'm trying to launch. But I can say, being an athlete, I feel like it's kind of a business. So I'm trying, get that out there, put that out there. I'm an athlete. I play basketball, and if anybody knows anything about the recruiting process for sports, they know it's, what I'm saying, it's tough. It's a real roller coaster going through that. So if anybody has any information, any guidance or anything I could do for as training, trainers, anything about the recruiting process to kind of help me get through it, because I'm a uprising senior, so I'll be a senior this upcoming year. So
So Omari, when we had that protest and I brought Josh out there with us, were you able to connect with him?
Not really. It was pretty much a lot of people just trying to take pictures with him. He did hit me up the other day. Can't remember when it was, but he called me. He was just talking about the protests and stuff. But yeah, I haven't spoken with him after that.
That's a solid brother. Don't be scared. My son, my boys, Justin, who y'all played against. He came over here and had some words with Justin just in terms of what he might want to do and what's next and so forth. So you already have the relationship there. Josh is a kind and loving and humble brother. Ask him, hey, Josh, can you put me in touch with somebody? Hey, Josh, what are some words of wisdom you might have? We already got you the relationship. I think just, be in that space with him and he'll have your back.
All right, bet.
And Coach Travis, so we'll send Brother Barker all the information for Coach Travis as well. Because Coach Travis Williams, the training, all of that. And we got trainers, Coach Charles Coleman, trained Kobe. So we got all of that. We got that. So we'll hit you.
And my bad, my phone died, so I got to take over this one real quick. But yeah, my business, Power Moves Only Management, PMO Management on Instagram. It's music business company, marketing, anything you need related to music business. Go check out Price's new project, Daytime Television. My producer made all the beats on that. So yeah, y'all enjoy that, spread it, support Black business.
Good stuff, Cole. Ari, what about you?
My business is Hari Creates. It's a clothing brand and a film production company. So it's really just like a creative agency. So I'm working on a documentary right now. So when I drop that, y'all just share that for me. Just watch it. But yeah, that's what we're doing.
Good stuff, son. Did we get everybody?
Dietrich.
Dietrich, did we get you?
No, okay. So basically what I really need, basically I just need a platform where I can promote my business even more so I can get my name out there more efficiently. So if anybody know, you know what I'm saying, like I got business cards, you know what I'm saying, I be out canvassing at different neighborhoods if I see people need their grass cut, but I want something like that can make my business go out more frequently, so where I can just hire people to do something and then I can just sit back and work. That's what I'm trying to plan on getting, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also I'm in a point where my life, you know what I'm saying, where my sentencing, it getting to the point where it's ending. So I want to try to, you know what I'm saying, get my book out there. So if you know anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's public, that know how to publish books or anything like that, like I want to try to look into, try to get in my book. And also support my business on Instagram. It's called Dreams to Reality LCS. Dreams to Reality LCS. That's my on Instagram. Pretty much. That's it.
All right, brother. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate all of y'all. We are right now. I don't know if Maurice is on the line or not, but our Mo, if he was here, would be losing his mind because we're over the clock, right?
He will be happy.
We normally are ending right at 7:45, but this has been such a powerful session, such a needed session. We felt that it would be appropriate for us to go long. With that, I'm mildly going to bring you back in real quick.
Yeah, I wanted, to invite the brothers who are in Atlanta. Man, something real disturbing has been troubling my soul, my spirit, man, has been the death of little Sequoia Turner, man. She got murdered, 8 years old, over in front of the Wendy's where Rashard Brooks was killed by the police officer. She was shot in the back while in her car with her mom and her mom's friend. Her mom literally trying to keep her child alive, her 8-year-old. And tomorrow we're going to gather at the church where her funeral was held. It's New Calvary Missionary Baptist Church on 1690 Melrose Road. And I just really want, currently there's a young brother who's in jail for being one of the shooters. And so I just want this family to see other young Black men, because when these kinds of things happen, it can shake your confidence in community. It can shake your confidence in our humanity as a people, because unfortunately, folks haven't come forward. Folks, I mean, it's like, I don't even get it, y'all, for real. This ain't even no snitch stuff. This is a witness, right? A snitch is when you're a co-defendant in the case, and to try to knock some of your time down, you put your man, in the mix. And so that just really troubles me, man. So I'm hoping it's at 7:00 tomorrow. Y'all will come out. Those are the kinds of things that they need to see, young brothers, so that you also have the experience of supporting people and giving back in that way by being present. Because sometimes what I was hearing Omari say was, it's about presence. He needs a man's presence, and it isn't always being able to give something financially. It's just being present and saying, I'm gonna stand on this. I'm gonna stand for something. So I just wanted to share that, man, because it's been on me, and it's just good to see you brothers, man. You all give me hope. You inspire me. You get me emotional, right? Because some of the stuff y'all say, y'all don't even know it, man. Y'all just speaking from the heart, and I'll be ready to break down because I've watched you grow and develop. I know Sean just lost his grandfather not too long ago, and I know that's weighs heavy on him, but this brother's pushing forward, and a lot of you all stories, man, we know them, and we just are honored that you all will stay down, stay committed. We really are unbreakable, man. We just have to keep leaning on each other. We can bend, but when we together, we won't break. So I just wanted to share that, man, and let you brothers know how much I love you all. And you all are the reason that we have Black Men Lab, and why we'll continue it. And it sounds like we need to get you all as a part of the programming committee. So we're going to welcome y'all to that work. Y'all got to be consistent communicators now. Y'all can't not be texting back. So that's it, brothers. And great job, Joe, Marty, Mark Lawson, Jared. Always just being so solid in this work.
Yeah, man.
I want to follow Mr. Davis too.
Go ahead, brother.
I kind of want to add, she was also a KIPP student, and she went to my KIPP school.
That's right.
KIPP Ways Academy. I went to the middle school, and now she was in the primary. And so right now, the Alumni Association, we're trying to come together and try to support her. So Mr. Davis, thank you for bringing that up and shining a light on that situation. I would love to get some more information about that and spread to all my constituents at KIPP.
I'll send you the flyer, brother. We'll be out there at 7, candlelight vigil and prayer. And we just want to send a message to the family that, hey, we love y'all and we're not going to let this ride, because we can't let that kind of, I'm a revolutionary, right? There's no road to revolution where an 8-year-old girl gets murdered. There isn't. Right. So I ain't hearing that or feeling that, and I'm not making excuses for that. I'm not in the movement that I've been a part of for 27 going on 28 years. I'm not. So that's where I'm at.
Right. So with that, fellas, we are well over our normal time, but like I said before, it's been significant and important. What we normally do at this time is we wrap up, and I only talked about us as a people bending but never breaking. Right, and part of that is us being linked together. So we have a tradition that we do. Those of you all have been in the space for Black Men Lab, we do. I'm a link in this chain tradition, and with that, Miley, I want to bring you back in, man, so you can lead us, and I'm a link in this chain. And I ask all the brothers if you could lock your arms.
Take yourselves off of mute. We want to let this ring out. Everybody, if you just put them up. This is us locking arms. If you can imagine us all locking arms together in the same place. We're honoring Muhammad Jiri Al-Ghani, who brought this tradition to us. And so if you repeat after me, I'm a link in the chain.
I'm a link in this chain.
And it won't break here.
And it won't break here.
I am a link in this chain.
I'm a link in this chain.
And it won't break here.
And it won't break here.
We are linked in this chain.
We are linked in this chain.
And we won't break here.
And we won't break here.
Ashe.
Ashe. Brothers, thank you again. Truly appreciate you all's engagement, your openness, your honesty. I took notes here. Joe, I know, took notes on the different businesses, so we'll make sure that we keep that engaged. Anything that you guys need, again, please reach out. Friends of yours that you know that are trying to move in the right direction, please get them involved with Black Men Lab, or at least lead them with the information that you know from us. Okay, we are here to help you all as well as everybody else. So supremely appreciate you all's time tonight. Keep staying engaged, keep leading, and know that we love you. All right.
You guys, man. Keep being
all
good.
right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Keep pushing.